you can respond to a statement like that or a position like that is with unarguable, unassailable positivity. And in the arts, the fact of people being uplifted by a great passion and by studying something that's in the realm of creativity, you can't get any more positive than that. And the positive results that come from that are incredible. And with jazz especially, with the idea of spontaneous composition and the furthering and nurturing of what is, I believe, our greatest contribution to the world in this country in the arts is jazz. And now the whole world has taken this music, and there's great artists in virtually all the countries that play this music. How very positive is that? And so to bring up the point that this is an incredibly uplifting endeavor that makes for better people is, it's been described, jazz has been described as the perfect democracy. Because when you are in a jazz band, if everybody doesn't cooperate and work together, the music doesn't swing. And in jazz, when we say something's swinging, that means it's just feeling as best as it could possibly feel, and everybody's operating on all cylinders, and the music is just completely happening and happy to hear, wonderful to hear.
So to translate that into political terms, if you will permit me for a minute, it would seem like saying that if you're a true American and believe in our democratic system, you believe in the freedom that it promotes through jazz.
Oh, absolutely. I don't believe there's any better definition of freedom and working together than a jazz group, because the bass player has to communicate with the piano player, and the drummer has to be right in there with him, and if the soloist doesn't agree with what's going on, it falls apart. It instantly becomes a musical house divided. So everybody has to work together, and when they do, it's an incredibly joyous effect. I've had people come up to me after a 1 o'clock concert and they say, I never even knew that I liked jazz before, but after hearing this, I'm a huge fan. And so that's our mission, really, is to get this music out to as many people as possible.
I know your band has toured internationally and have become great ambassadors for not only jazz, but this country as well.
Oh, yeah, what a great history the band has of traveling, sure.
Many propose today that, or advocate that a career in music is basically an unstable field of endeavor, that we should only pursue degrees or education, which is profitable. What do you say to people like that who would credit that kind of instability to the music profession?
Well, it's a similar type of answer as the other scenario, in that there's a very, very positive way to look at this. Right now, the music industry in general, the recording industry, the music business industry, everything is in a very profound state of transition. There's a lot of people that don't even know what's coming next. So in the midst of all that, the one thing that's a great constant is the music itself. And when we look at that, I kind of subscribe to Daniel Pink's point of view, which he's a wonderful speaker and person in business, but he also has a book called A Whole New Mind, which really speaks to the idea of the right-brained world. And his thought, and I believe that there's a lot of substance to this, his thought is that we are finished with the information age that we talk about so much, and we are now in the conceptual age, where if what you do can be outsourced for less money somewhere else, or if what you do can be done better by a computer, you are pretty in an unstable situation. But if what you do is thinking outside of the box and being creative and resourceful like a jazz artist, you are the one that is going to soon be in the highest demand. So I tell people, especially parents or other folks that might be a little concerned about a career in the arts, that actually I believe that it fits in very well with the paradigm that we're at right now and the kind of shift in the world's thinking. So far from being a vocational pariah like a career in the arts used to be, it's actually now becoming something that's very desirable. And I think a lot of corporations and people in power are starting to realize just how incredibly important a creative mindset is. And you can't get any more creative a mindset than you do in jazz, because it's at the heart and soul of the music.
Well, we are about out of time, and I wanted to thank you. I will tell you, I had many other questions I wanted to ask you, not only to explain the jazz music, but also talk more about your band, and I hope that you would agree to come back again.
Oh, I'd love to.
At a future date, and we could finish up and talk some more about what a wonderful opportunity this provides, not only for the young people of Texas, but also what a great contribution to society jazz really is. So I'd like to have you come back, and I want to thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
And of course, proof being in the pudding, we're going to now probably listen to some of the 1 o'clock jazz band from the University of North Texas. When I began this program several weeks ago, one of the primary tenets was to provide a balanced and fair voice for all sides of any particular issue. This remains a primary tenet. Unfortunately, these days, numerous studies and polls have shown a shift in how we Americans approach media. It seems the media we watch not so much for in-depth and accurate information as it is confirmation for our political view or ideology. Fox News and MSNBC immediately come to mind in this regard. But now we see the results of this polarization in our media and in our elected officials. Our Texas legislators come back to town almost weekly, visit with their Republican friends, their party faithful, and ignore the rest of us. How do I know? Myra Crownover returned to Denton County to appear at the opening of the A train. No questions, please. Just smile for the photo op, and then it's back to the hideout in Austin. Bert Solomons came to Denton County to speak to the monthly meeting of the local GOP party. No questions from the media, and it's time to run back to the hideout in Austin. It seems the only people our state legislators are interested in are those who attend local Republican meetings. I've invited both of these legislators to this show to explain their positions. We have received no return phone calls, no letters, no response of any kind. Are they ashamed of what they have done to the future of the children in the state of Texas? Or are they simply in an indefensible position and would rather hide out than come and face the people they supposedly represent? Or worse yet, do they just think they represent only Republicans, less than 24% of the electorate in this county? We don't know, and it doesn't appear we're about to find out anytime soon. Any way you cut it, what we are looking at in Texas isn't democracy, which begs the question, just what kind of government do we have in Texas when the elected officials and legislators refuse to respond or hear the cries of the people? I know. Do you? We'll be right back in just a moment. Thank you for watching this week on Texas Progressive Time. We broadcast each week on Channel 39 on Verizon and Charter Channel 25. We hope to see you next week. I'm Neil Durrance for Texas Progressive Time.